Shout out to Grog. Where we want to start off at? Shout out to the Pistons. Yeah, they finally won. Shout out to the city of Detroit. If you haven't claimed your free wings from Wingstop, go ahead and do that. I know y'all starving like Marvin, so go claim your wings. It's gonna be a while before you guys get some more wings, so go ahead and claim those. Let's start with this one. All right, y'all. So Kotaku got some exclusive hands-on time with Star Wars Outlaws. I've been meaning to read this one. Star Wars Outlaws is the new open world action adventure game from Ubisoft, starring a new character named Van something. Takes place, I think, like around episode 5 or something like that. They play the Rockets today. They could win that one. But let's see what they got to say about it. When it comes to letting you embrace them, yeah, we don't care. Yeah, we don't care when it was announced. Outlaws zooms in on Star Wars' criminal underworld, placing you in the dusty boots of a hardened outlaw Kay Vess, someone less concerned with the fate of the galaxy and more about her next payday. We always knew we wanted to create an original scoundrel story. Narrative director said there was something exciting about looking at this universe from the perspective of a scoundrel like Kay, who has no experience with the Empire, Jedi, Rebellion, or the Sith. Shout out to DJ with the sub. Appreciate it. As Kay attempts one of the biggest heists the galaxy has ever seen, Outlaws promises a rogues gallery of the meanest criminals to ever frequent a cantina. It's a certain flavor of the wider Star Wars fiction that video games rarely explore, with the first trailer calming any fears that Kay may secretly be a goody girl scout. From her screwing over a snarling Aqualish in a game of Sabacc, these fucking nerd words, to incurring the wrath of the Empire by refusing to bribe an officer. It's not just the filmic post-processing effects that lends Ubisoft's depiction of Star Wars a welcome shade of gray. This is a character who's just trying to get by, stealing, outwitting, and conning folks. Yeah, what does that mean for the gameplay? I want to hear what does that mean for the gameplay, you know? Because like, remember, Bassam, he was a thief in Assassin's Creed Mirage. That made him different. So they had like a whole thieving mechanic where you could go and rob anyone and you had to like play a mini game. It added nothing to the gameplay because in every other Assassin's Creed you could steal too. So big whoop. What does this mean for the gameplay? I would love for folks playing the game to really get a sense of what it might feel like to step into the underworld. Still, this isn't the first game trailer that had gamers all hot and bothered about playing a scoundrel. Outlaw feels strangely reminiscent of the playable Star Wars fantasy that got away, Star Wars 1313. That's a bold claim. People still want this game to this day. I feel like you're setting this is Kotaku's opinion, by the way. I feel like you're setting Ubisoft up for failure when you say shit like this. Originally announced in 2013, yeah, we know. Outlaws looks to carry the rough and ready firefights of that ill-fated E3 demo, suggesting that Massive is using it, which by the way, Massive is the Ubisoft studio that produced Tom Clancy's The Division 1 and 2, which is another kind of like, I don't know. We're going from looter shooter to action adventure open world game. Is using experience with the Division to deliver a morally murky Rogue One-esque like Star Wars. As Kay sneaks and shoots her way across a contraband stuffed hangar, a Hollywood grain coats the screen with her scrappy hero. This word salad, man. Scrappy hero sprinting, swinging, and eventually speeding her speedy bike. Yeah, this is from the fucking trailer, we know. Outlaws follows the Battle of Hoth at the time when the Empire is ruling the galaxy with an iron fist. Working closely with Lucasfilms to find the setting, he explained that the two companies eventually settled in the time period most rife with intergalactic dirtbaggery. The year between The Empire Strikes Back and The Return of the Jedi. Yeah, they definitely just trying to hit the word count on this shit. The rebels are on their back foot, and while everyone is caught up and somewhat distracted by the ongoing civil unrest, there's a vacuum that creates the perfect opportunity for the underworld to rise and gain power of sight of the imperial rule. What is this? What is the implications for this in terms of like the movies, though? You know, the biggest thing that I'm worried about is like Ubisoft hasn't been the strongest storytellers in the last 10 years. With the exceptions of standouts like Assassin's Creed Origin, and like I enjoy the story in Odyssey, but for the most part their stories are pretty forgettable. They have a lot of potential to fuck up the Star Wars storyline, and Respawn set the bar pretty high. No connection to the movies, probably. Nah, they said it's set between those time periods, man. For all its 1313 aspirations, Outlaws chronologically aligns more closely with the janky N64 gem Shadow of Empire. I used to love that game as a kid. Still, Ubisoft's 2024 single-player adventure doesn't exist in a vacuum. Yeah, we know about the Jedi stuff. Raise the bar. Literally what I just said. Raise the bar for Star Wars games. I'm only kicking it with Cal Kestis. All my homies love Cal Kestis. Yet Ubisoft Massive is leaning into its expertise in order to create a new kind of story, an intergalactic open world jaunt. Is the writer from Philly? They got an open world jaunt. Okay. Focusing on the open world game aspect allowed us to build out a deeply immersive Star Wars journey. We wanted to create a scoundrel who's never experienced anything like this before. She hasn't figured out all of it yet and doesn't have all the right answers all the time. I hope players will see a bit of themselves in Kay. I wonder if are they trying to like tease whether or not we'll be able to make decisions that affect the game since she doesn't have all the answers. Without Jedi abilities to rely on, Kay needs loyal companions to get her out of the tough scraps. Throughout her adventure, you will be accompanied by four-legged alien cutie Nix in the chatty, a trench coat commando droid. Yet, try as I might to focus on Star Wars' playable future, its heist-focused nature can't help but conjure up memories of another long-lost Star Wars game. The Project Ragtag, which was turned into the Uncharted. What? I don't know shit about that. The question is, what can players expect from Outlaws? Thank you. This is what we're trying to get to. What can we expect from the core gameplay loop? What up, King Code? Kavari explained that it will split into 3 different types of experiences. The first of these is dense cities bustling with activity and lively cantinas where you might find criminal syndicates and corrupt Imperials mingling together. Okay. Second is our vast, mysterious, and stunning open world environments, whether on foot or Kay's speeder, and finally space where players can explore in Kay's ship. So you get to talk to evil people, you get to walk around and ride on a speeder and go to space. Man, what's the combat like? That's what I want to know. Are there stealth elements to this? I feel like this is a game that might thrive as like a stealth action game because they said she doesn't have any Jedi or Sith abilities and she's under the watchful eye of the Empire. I would imagine if you're a regular person with a blaster and a droid, it might be smart to sneak around a little bit. I feel like there's a potential there for like one of those games where it's like you could play stealth, like Assassin's Creed, especially because it's Ubisoft. You could play stealthy or you could play action. One of the core parts of the Scoundrel fantasy is having your own ship that essentially is being your home. Droid! Outlaws are traveling constantly and need to be on the move all the time. There's no different for Kay. You'll be able to go on foot to speeder to your ship and easily jump between the planets. I'm calling it right now. This is going to be the ending to this game. I could be wrong and clip this just in case I'm right. I feel like because she's a scoundrel that smuggles for a living, the first half of the game is just you trying to get by. Yo, shout out to Lou with the subs. Appreciate it. The first half of the game is just going to be her trying to get by, trying to make a pretty penny, playing both sides of the rebellion and the Empire, just trying to make $1, right? And then at some point, she's going to get a quest from either the rebels or the Empire to smuggle something across the galaxy. And normally she's probably like the character that doesn't give a fuck what it is as long as they pay. For some reason, there's like a power in this item that she's escorting that calls to her. And she's going to find out it's something that could change the tide of the war. So then she's going to have she's going to wrestle with her inner morals on, should I turn this over to the rebels or should I give it to like the Sith? But what would that item be? Maybe like a Sith holocron or something like that she turns over to the rebels. Like some type of item that could turn the wage of the war, basically. And it's gonna inspire Luke Skywalker. Yo, shout out to Miss Asthmatic with the sub. It's the apple of Eden from Assassin's Creed. Yo, that'd be fucking funny as shit. That'd be funny as shit if they did connect the worlds of fucking Assassin's Creed and Watch Dogs and Star Wars. The Black Saber, watch it be her smuggling a person that's a Jedi. It could be that. I'm calling it right now. It's gonna be something like that. And then a space nuke. What the fuck is a space nuke, nigga? Oh shit, these niggas got space nukes. She's gonna smuggle something important that's for the rebellion. It's probably gonna be something from the Sith side, from the Empire. And she's gonna take a look at it and she's gonna be like, this is not cool. I gotta let the rebels know. They're not gonna trust her. She's gonna get the item. It's gonna change the way. Because you remember at the end of Star Wars Unleashed, they basically implicated that Starkiller inspired the rebellion. She's gonna do something similar. It could be like the Darksaber or some shit like that. I don't know. Yeah, Death Star schematics, something Something. I'm calling it. You clip it right now. You fucking clip it. Have you watched New Moon yet? Nah, that shit got like a 1 out of 10. I ain't watching that shit. That wouldn't be a bad idea if it got to choose. It wouldn't be a bad idea. It would be cool if you got to choose. That would add replayability to the game if you could choose the light or the dark side, because then you could play the game twice. My issue is this is Ubisoft. Ubisoft has not made a great story since like Assassin's Creed Origins. And before that, we hadn't seen a great story since Far Cry 3? So basically, Assassin's Creed Black Flag, Ubisoft is stuck in their ways, man. I don't know. I'm tired of reading this shit. They're not. I thought this would be more juicy. They dead ass put at the top of the article. We got a world renowned exclusive. This shit. They ain't saying nothing. All they did was regurgitate what was in the first trailer. Ubisoft should hire you for the story room. I'm not gonna lie, I do be coming up with bullshit ass stories. Far Cry 5 had such good potential if they stuck with the original idea. Did anybody even play Far Cry 6? I forgot that game came out. Moving on. New Banjo-Kazooie. Shout out to the 800 we got in here. If you're new, hit the follow button. The new Banjo-Kazooie game is reportedly in the works. A new Banjo-Kazooie game may finally be happening. For years, fans have hoped to see a new Banjo-Kazooie under Xbox, and is yet to happen. Rare was relegated to making Kinect games for a number of years before being allowed to make something much bigger with Sea of Thieves, which was a pretty big success. While Rare has some other upcoming projects, someone somewhere Happy New Year, see? That's fucking crazy, bro. This motherfucker said my sources, just trust me, bro. Someone somewhere is also reportedly making a new Banjo-Kazooie game. According to Nate Drake on Reset Era, a new Banjo-Kazooie game is in development, but it didn't hit the green light until early 2022, so it may be a ways away still. It's still an active project, but it didn't get the green light until early next year. There's also a lot to do, and the development can change a lot, abandon ideas, internal reboots, da-da-da-da-da-da. Of course, this is just someone on the internet, so it could be made up. Take it with a grain of salt, as always. This project could also be canceled somewhere along the way. However, this has spawned a lot of interest in a new Banjo-Kazooie game. Whether it sees the light of day remains to be seen. I'll tell you this much. I hope this is true. Love Banjo-Kazooie. Y'all know I love platformers. I love that kitty shit. 2, if it is true, I hope it's a proper reboot or sequel of the series. That Banjo-Kazooie Minecraft ass build your own car game, fuck that shit. What was that game called? I don't know. I ain't like that shit. A Soulsborne Banjo-Kazooie. Get the fuck out of here, bro. We trying to get back to that colorful shit, collecting jiggies and shit. I'm trying to get